The sun is shining here, and behind us is the VitiVoltaic installation, where we've installed a wide range of products. Isn't that right, Natalia?
Exactly. The edge clips, the ratchet P-clamps, wick grips, and something brand new, the MC4 connector holders.
Shall we take a look at them?
I'd love to. Come along with me.
Today we're at Geisenheim University, and with me is Professor Dr. Stoll, head of the Institute for General and Organic Viticulture. Greetings, and thank you for having us here today. You're welcome. It's our pleasure. When I think of climate change, we notice its effects everywhere. Does that also affect the vine growing here? Absolutely. We're right in the middle of it. Rising temperatures and more extreme weather events are becoming a growing concern for agriculture, and viticulture is no exception. Thinking about this installation, can we see first results yet? Insights from the grapes grown here, and how do you compare them? Well, every trial involves a treatment. In this case, that's the PV modules. Right next to them, we have a control vineyard without modules. That's our baseline. We actually already had initial results with the creation and growth of the plants, because the young vines grew significantly better under the photovoltaic compared to the control. But it always takes 3 years for a vineyard to start producing a yield. This means that we now have the first grapes and the first experimental wines and can, of course, draw our conclusions from this.
What I find interesting is that you can already start to see them flowering. And as we walk through, you also notice that the leaves are really big. As part of the project, we are also aiming to delay ripening, because climate change is causing it to happen earlier in the season. And to an extent, we are observing that the grapes are ripening more slowly, or at least accumulating sugars and breaking down acids more gradually. That's what we mean by the ripening process in viticulture. Towards the end of the ripening, the sugar levels in the control and the Agri-PV plots were nearly identical, but the grapes grown under the Agri-PV showed slightly higher acidity values.
Looking at the current situation, this installation feels a bit like Back to the Future. What we have here is partial shading under protected conditions, and yet this partial shading still provides enough light and warmth for the grapes to ripen. They just ripen a little more slowly. And the slower ripening leads the grapes, later the wine, having higher acidity, combined with a lower concentration of sugar. The result is a lighter wine with a lively acidity, much like the Rieslings we knew in the past. That's why we call it Back to the Future, and of course, looking ahead, we will urgently need the electricity generated as well.
We've installed a full range of our products in the system. How satisfied are you with the HellermannTyton components?
The Agri-PV installation was built by a metal fabricator. Initially, there were simple clamps around the beams, but they didn't work out in practice. they didn't really hold tight and kept slipping off. I wasn't always able to fix the cables properly, and I couldn't maintain the correct bending radii. So we actively searched for someone who could provide the right solution. And once we installed it, everything immediately looked much better. We made sure to follow all the bending radii requirements and to protect the cables properly, which, in my view, is absolutely essential. The solar panels here are installed at a height of 3.5 to 4 meters, and there's no solid ground beneath them. So I can't just send someone up with any ordinary ladder or get up there myself. That means it has to be as low maintenance as possible. So we look for products that won't fail after just 3 or 4 years, but have a much longer service life and are reliably UV resistant, which is essential in PV installations. But we also need something that can withstand the weather in general. Climbing up there is always an effort and requires several people. So we searched for a long time. Now it looks like we've finally found a solution that truly meets our needs.
Wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that you're satisfied with our products.
Here I rely on a solution that doesn't need to be redone every couple of years. Nothing falls off, nothing has to be replaced. That's a big advantage, and it's exactly what we aim to convey here with these Polyamide 11 products. Sure, because the installation shouldn't just last 5 years, the length of the warranty, but 10 to 20 years without the need for repair.
Martin,
your company specializes in meaningfully combining energy generation with cultivation, with agriculture itself. My question is, have you already managed to achieve this meaningful combination here? And are there challenges involved? Agri-Voltaics is still in its infancy, and as we see here at this research site, it still needs strong support from science, because it's not just about generating electricity, it's also about the key question, how do plants thrive under specific light conditions? And the customers who invest in such installations are very mindful of that. For them, it's not primarily about generating electricity. Of course, that matters for returns, but just as importantly, how they can protect their crops. Do you value sustainability? In this innovative Agri-PV project at Geisenheim University, we installed cable management components made entirely from a naturally renewable raw material. This not only results in higher UV stability and improved resistance to crop protection chemicals. Get in touch with our team to learn more about this win-win solution.